I'm Cape Joel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all the time, anytime comic show where I give you your fix of everything you need to know from the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show, the Kent family is still trapped on the world of Apokolips and stuck behind enemy lines. How will young son Jonathan Kent the Superboy cope? Well, let's hop on in together and find out, shall we? So, as we join the comic, Superman and Lex are trying to outrun a bunch of the fanatical apocalyptian citizens who believed Superman to be the coming of their prophecy. Honestly, the only thing this scene is missing is some crazy banjo music for running away. Superman is mad at Lex for lying to these people, and he's extra mad that his family has now gotten pulled into all of this. For a second, much like the reader, I'm sure Superman thinks that this could possibly mean Luthor is backsliding into a life of villainy, but when Lex actually gets to speak up and talk about his motivation, Superman's taken aback. You see, Luthor didn't lie to the people of Apokolips that their great prophecy was coming true because he was trying to scam them or hurt them or anything. Quite the opposite. He wanted them to have hope. He wanted the Superman-esque to mean something on one of the worst places in the universe. They then promptly get knocked out of the sky and taken hostage by Kalibek, the Prince of Apokolips, son of Darkseid, and one of the leaders of the multiple factions all vying for control of the planet. From there, we transition on over to Superboy, who's been running for his life this whole time. A growing boy needs his food, and right over the next ridge he smells meat cooking, only it's not the sort of meat you would want to eat. It seems that the apocalyptian hunters, in their desperation, have decided to cook their own war dogs. War dogs with sauerkraut and mustard. Superboy is nothing if not a big old softy at heart and opts to try and save the rest of the dogs from getting eaten, even though these very same dogs were trying to eat him in the previous issue. Luckily, we're playing by the rules that say all dogs have ironclad senses of honor, and because of that, they decide to help the young Superboy find his family by sniffing them out. Back over with Superman and Lex, they see what Kalibek is working on. It's a big giant gun capable of cracking the planet's core. And I mean, really, the core of Apokolips has to be so hot and molten that even if you throw a Kryptonian in there, he's gonna die, right? Hey, wait, in Darkseid War, wasn't Superman exposed to like the molten core of Apokolips, and didn't it turn him evil for a little bit? I guess Kalibek has a really short memory, and speaking of short memories, it seems like every time Darkseid goes missing, Kalibek and Granny Goodness and the female Furies all end up duking it out for control of the planet. That's totally what happens, by the way, but the Chaos ends up ultimately helping out Lois, who's gone undercover with the Furies. She tries to spring Superman and Lex, but ends up getting caught herself. But wait, what's that over the horizon? Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Superboy riding a pack of war dogs to save the day. So yeah, that's Superman number 35, everybody, and overall this story continues to be enjoyable, but still perhaps not on par with what's currently happening in Action Comics right now. The stuff with Superman and Lex is the real attraction as far as I'm concerned. I like that they're not rushing Luthor back into a life of villainy just yet, and even though I appreciate his reasoning for doing what he did to the people of Apokolips, it still doesn't explain why he left them high and dry for so long. I will say this is a real nice looking issue with some really cool splash pages. We get the big brawl between all the different factions on Apokolips, Kalibek holding our two heroes, John coming over the horizon. Overall, I think I'd feel comfortable giving this one an 8 out of 10. Pretty solid, and I'm interested to see how it all wraps up. So that's Superman, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, why not check out some of these other videos I've been working on. Then as always, you can follow me on Twitter at CapeJoel, so you're always up to date on what I'm doing next. And hey, if you really like what I'm doing and you're feeling in a charitable mood, why not check out my Patreon page? Patrons get exclusive access to videos and podcasts before anyone else, and you can do so for as little as $1 a month. So until next time, everyone, this has been Cape Joel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again later.